Okay, hello today we're going to have a look at the mini metro level of Hong Kong and the achievement that comes along with this one called Hong Kong 8s, where you need to deliver 1,200 passengers with only a maximum 8 stations per line. Okay, now when building your lines, you want to have a circle, square and triangle on each of your lines. Down the bottom here, I just haven't set that up yet just because they will come eventually, and yeah, there'll be plenty of circles up here for green, so we'll just wait. The reason this is because almost all the passengers that you'll get are triangles, circles, and squares, and so you don't want one line having to rely on others just for those really basic passengers, because it'll just cause congestion that you don't need. I'll just speed things up as well. Now it's likely that we'll only get one, at most maybe two squares on this level, so I find it easiest just to set them up so that most of them are going through that same one point of a square. Having all your lines attached to each other is pretty handy too, because if they aren't, if you've got a rare, say this one, um, you don't want one train line having to pass it off to another to pass it off to another. If you can just have it as few as possible in that connection, the better off you'll be. Now the green line will just do our island hopping down there, so they probably will end up with enough stations on there to worry about, so we'll just create a new one to connect through these other ones that are coming around the edge. Actually, might swap those, give that one to green and we'll give that one to orange. Now one thing that is handy about this level that the other ones don't get is you do get 2 locomotives per level, per week, sorry, as opposed to 1, which definitely do come in handy. Okay, so it's 7 on blue. Every time it gives you the option of taking a line, absolutely take that line. Just doing that just to get that on the other side of the triangle so they're not all stacked on 4 in a row. Okay, so now we just need yep, good greens coming in to clean that one up. Now the best thing I'd recommend for this, because the worst thing that you could do is accidentally put 9 stations on a line. Once you reach a point where you're not just dealing with 2 or 3 stations per line, every single time that you have to put another station down, so for example this one, what you want to do is just recount, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when you're only counting to 8, so it's not going to take you the longest time. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Okay, that's just saving grace triangle at the top here. Okay, let's see if we can break this up into 2 lines. So I'll just take that and maybe that guy off that one, and we'll just create a shorter line. And we'll take that off orange and give that to yellow. And then we've got our 1 extra train that we'll just keep an eye out to see who needs it. Now, as long as we're not going to that island there, we might just split up this guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, it's unlikely we'll get another station down here, so we might just take that triangle there and do that. So that's their 8, so that they have 2 triangles and can sort of clean out their 5 circles a bit more, because yeah, those 5 circles will cause anyone headaches. And we'll just chuck him on there just to help clean up that. It looks like green might need a bit of assistance. You can see the problem that green really has is that there's 3 circles down here and no triangles at all until this point. So anything that it finds, it has to carry all the way back here. So if we can get a triangle on that island or somewhere on here, that'll definitely improve the smoothness of this green line. Okay, just keep an eye on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we need that station back, sorry, that tunnel back, so we'll just turn these guys around. Now we might leave them connected to that, just because if the train's heading this way, he can still take those triangles up to that one. And we might just quickly, oh good. We might take the tunnels just to give us that little bit of luxury of cleaning up these lines to make them a little easier to use. And we'll give a train to orange. And how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just turn them around. So it's number 7. And now they have it. Generally, if you can get a line that has, if you've got a lot of circles, if you can have it terminating on a triangle, you're going to be in a pretty good way. So we'll just turn that around too, actually. And we'll just keep an eye out to see who probably needs a little help. Yellow at this point, I'd say. And we'll just keep an eye on red. Now what does happen as well is if your lines get too efficient, you can see all your uniques do actually start getting dropped off and can cause you a little bit of backlog, but our greens should be coming through soon enough to clean up a lot of the excess of that. Yeah, just keep an eye on pink. I think pink only has the 1 train, so we might just move him over to clean that one up. And we'll just grab this guy to clean up this end of red. Yeah, obviously move your trains around as much as you need to stop overflow happening. Just see what we've got, because red is going to need a lot of help. Okay, we might just pull him there and chuck him there to clean up that one. And we will pull this orange dude and go to that one. Okay, we might just take the carriage at this point, because I'd say we're in a bit more trouble for the amount of passengers we've got as opposed to the amount of stations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to get this guy, we're going to have to pull them off something. Now the issue is that, oh actually we might just take them off that circle. So they're now just not running through that circle. If you're not sure if a train is going through a station or not, if you click on the line, you can see all the stations flash and highlight. And so that circle we've just tried to remove is no longer highlighted, so it's definitely off that line. And so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll connect, actually no, we'll connect that to yellow. Okay, and we'll just chuck this guy on red. And we'll rip this dude up and move him back to that point. Okay, we might just turn blue around and send them up to that guy. Just keeping an eye on our stations, make sure we're not overflowing. We've only got 200 left at this point. So all we have to do is just make sure we stay afloat. So we'll pull this guy up and maybe just give him to orange. And we'll just turn pink around. else have we got? Because you can see in that small amount of time we've knocked off our next 100. So this does just come down to pausing and moving them. So we'll pull that guy off and put him there. Okay, now what's next in trouble? Looks like we've got a fair few going, but we are down to our final 50. So it is just the most important ones. So what he'll do as well is, you can see he is full of triangles, but they will still go to their end destination and drop off all their passengers. So that isn't the worst. So we might just drop him on that one because that's pretty overflowed, and we'll move him over to this side. Okay, then we'll just grab this green guy and turn him around. Down to our final 11 passengers, so just make sure that we've got our very last few looking okay. See if we can pull that guy. No, can't get him off. So we'll grab green here. We just need someone to go to that station. There we go. We may have died, but we got there with one passenger to spare. So that definitely wasn't pretty, but hopefully that gives you an idea of ways to approach that level. Any questions or comments, feel free to check them below. Until next time, I'll see you then.